Find the best way to get a guy to ask you out in high school or at work. These tips can be used in person as well as over text to make him ask you out on a date. It happens sometimes you meet a cute guy and start having a really nice conversation. You think you are hitting it off and then he just walks away. This kind of weird brush off leaves you wondering if he was into you at all or were you just imagining stuff. The thing with these kinds of chance encounter where you want the guy to ask you out is that those first few minutes are very crucial. That being said, there are few tactics one can use to keep the guy interested for just long enough that it increases the chances of him asking you out. Here are some of these tricks you might want to use in the future to get a guy to ask you out and make him crazy for you. Number 1. Make eye contact. It's kind of unfortunate that many women feel uncomfortable making or maintaining eye contact when they like someone. It would be a mistake not to make eye contact because that would make the guy feel uninvited or uninterested. It doesn't matter if you know the guy or if he is a stranger, and it does not even matter if you are talking to him or just looking at him from across the room. In any scene, making eye contact is a crucial thing, and later drop hints to get a guy ask you out for a date. This way, when you make eye contact, it tells him that you are interested and it's okay for him to come and sit next to you. This way you can at least start a conversation by simply making eye contact. Number 2. Dress to impress. I think this is a fairly obvious point. If you want to get a guy to ask you out, you first need to impress him. So, dress to impress works for you in this regard. It basically means that you need to be dressed and look appropriate when going out. You don't need to be fancy, just start by working on the basics and you will be fine. Well, this does include what you are supposed to dress but is not limited to that effect only. Dress to impress means that you have to look the part that you want to portray for that guy. So, clean yourself up, apply proper makeup, and wear a pretty but normal dress, and then you are ready to go out there. Number 3. Don't overexpose. When I said dress to impress, I in no way meant that you have to show a lot of skin. It's fine if you have big boobs, but shoving it in guy's face, when he is trying to make conversation, is like overexposing. Yes, it's true that guys like to see some skin, but you need to keep in mind about what kind of message you are trying to send. So if you are showing too much skin, then you are sending a message that somewhat means easy to get, and if you covered head to toe in clothes, or are wearing a nun-type dress, then you are sending a not interested kind of message. So, choose your outfit and how much you want to expose very carefully. Number 4. Sense of humor. Sense of humor is the most important part of any conversation, or, at least for me, it is. If there was no humor in the world, then it would just be a boring and dumb planet. Truth be told, if I find a witty girl who can take jokes and is not afraid to make jokes at my or at her expense, then I would feel more and more attracted towards her. Also, a sense of humor can be the key for any tough situation you might get involved in the future. So learn to take a joke and deliver a joke, as it is the best way to develop a certain amount of humor between the two of you. Number 5. Create happy bubble. In general sense, people like the company of happy people and not of the miserable ones. Keeping this in mind, you need to create a happy bubble. This is nothing but sort of a group hangout among friends where everyone is having a good time. So, a person who watches you having fun assumes that you would be fun to go out with, and hence this will get a guy to ask you out. If not for nothing, it gets you to laugh with your friends or friends, and it also increases the chances for a guy to ask you out. So, all in all, this is a win-win step for you. Number 6. Body language helps. If you are someone who thinks body language doesn't help, then just imagine the following scenario. So, you think this guy is totally a catch, but he looks frustrated, and is sitting there with a laptop. His hand is on his forehead like he is trying to think of something. Now, in the above scenario, would you approach a guy and ask him for a date? No, you would ignore him and look for some other cute guy who is talking and giggling with the bartender. So, you see, body language does help. As for you, if you want to send hit on me signals, then you need to cross your legs in the direction of the guy you want, with the free foot facing directly towards him. It might help if you are playing with your hair when making eye contact with him and laughing or giggling with your friend when not. This way you send a receptive signal to him and he just might approach you, and later this can get a guy to ask you out for a coffee or dinner. On the other hand, if you have crossed your arms, wearing specs and have a ponytail, then this is just a signal shouting, "Leave me alone." So, decide what signal you want to send and then send it using body language. Number 7. Confidence is crucial. When a person is comfortable in their own skin, then it shows in everything they do, and that's what confidence is all about. You need to be confident, or at least appear confident for a guy to ask you out. So, carry yourself proudly with excellent posture wherever you go. If you enjoy something, have a laugh, and if you see something you like, then show for it by a smile or by words. When you shake hands with someone new, remember to grip their hand firmly and make eye contact. If you appear confident even if it's just on the surface, then it will go a long way. I always say, fake it till you make it. That works perfectly here, if you lack that kind of confidence. Number 8. Carpe diem. Carpe diem in Latin means, seize the day. This is the most important thing, and not only pertaining to this topic, but for your entire life. Basically, it means to live in the moment, and do whatever you feel like and worry about the consequences later. So, if you are in a bar and you want to play dart, go for it. Or, if you are in a karaoke bar, and if you want to sing, then go for that as well. In short, it says, life is too short. So, do whatever you want, because you might not have tomorrow. This might, at the very least, get the attention of the guy you want to ask out by. At the very best, he would end up asking you out, or, at least, start a conversation with you. Number 9. Control yourself. Whenever you are outside, you need to control yourself, or, shall I say, adjust to your surroundings a little bit. If for any instance you are in a bar, and you have had way too many drinks, then you are bound to be flailing a little bit. At the moment, it would be best to call it a night, and sleep it off maybe, because either way, no guy is going to ask you out on a date, when you are not even in a position to stand up straight. All I am saying is, you need to adjust to your surroundings a little bit to bring out your best or natural game. Number 1. Communication is vital. Keep in mind, attraction is only the first part of the two-part equation, whereas the second and the most crucial part is communication. If you are looking good, and are sending all the right signals, then the guy may come and sit next to you. However, what comes next is not him asking you out, but him testing you with the conversation to see if you two are compatible. So, remember, communication is vital, and in that sense of humor as your best tool, but not the only one. If your conversation goes well, then this will definitely get a guy to ask you out for a date. Number 11. The direct approach of asking him out. Sometimes, it's best to go for the direct approach, especially when everything else does not seem to be working, or you just want to get the suspense over with. I mean, why do I always have to wait for a guy to ask me out? I am a 21st century girl. I can pretty much ask him out if I feel like it. So, if you feel like going for a direct approach, then just go up to the guy and start chatting with him. If that doesn't give him a clue, then all it is left is to straightforward ask him on a date. This is sometimes necessary, especially when you suddenly want to date a guy who has been a friend for a while. Number 12. Just chill. Try your best to get a guy to ask you out. If he simply does not understand your signals, then do for the direct approach. If he is still not interested, then just relax, he may already have a girlfriend, or he is not worthy to be with you. Remember, he is not the only guy in the world, and probably not even in the club. Just look around until next one catches your attention. I am just saying, dating and flirting is supposed to be fun, so just chill, and have a laugh or two while you still can.
For that, I have a very specific recommendation. Click the link in the description and I will show you how to amaze a man and pull him closer to you like never before. Discover something every man is secretly obsessed with. It's something he craves. More than love. More than money. Even more than sex. This one secret obsession holds the key to winning a man's love, attention, and total devotion for life, but not one woman in 1,000 even knows it exists. And those that do, almost never share it with another soul. Please subscribe to our channel. Like the video. And share with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.